don't want kids. Those little fucking shits take all your money. You have to send it to school, and then you gotta worry about other kids being mean to your kids. Like, I will really fight.
As a millennial woman of this generation, I can confirm that we just don't want to have kids. Do you see the world that we live in? Like, why would I want to introduce a kid here? It sounds like child abuse to me.
Anytime I consider whether or not I would want children in the future, the one thing that is always so off-putting to me is the fact that I can't live losing my self-identity.
They say not wanting children is selfish, a failure, a sign of emptiness, but no one talks about the planted guilt, the ignored fears, and the erasure of women that comes with it. In this video, you'll hear women saying what isn't supposed to be said, and maybe understand why so many are choosing themselves for the first time.
I don't want kids. Those little fucking shits take all your money. You have to send it to school, and then you gotta worry about other kids being mean to your kids. Like, I will really fight. You have to wake up whenever your kid wakes up. I like to wake up at noon, at 1 p.m. sometimes, like 3 sometimes even. Judge me. You gotta cook for that little shit. I don't even want to cook for myself. I'm trying to travel. I'm trying to see the world. You could do both. You could have kids and travel. No! Like, I see people traveling with young kids and I'm just like, oh my God, I would get so overstimulated. I'm not a patient person. I have 2 nieces and I mean, that's good enough for me. I'm just trying to be the rich, cool auntie, you know? The main reason I don't want to have kids is because I have a huge heart. What's the word? Is it empath or empath? I'm that though. I was at Disney one time and there was this little cute boy in front of me in line for a ride with little glasses and I started tearing up because I just felt so bad because I just know kids are so mean. My heart cannot deal. My heart will just explode of hurt and worry and like just the world we live in, you know? Like, it's a sick world. Also, birth scares the absolute shit out of me. I can't. Although I would love to see what a little mini me would look like. Like, oh my goodness, maybe I'll have a kid.
She is brutally honest, and that's freeing. Not wanting kids because she recognizes her emotional, financial, and sensory limits isn't selfish. It's self-awareness. She knows she lacks patience, values freedom, rest, travel, and mental health, and that's maturity, not a character flaw. The romanticization of motherhood ignores women who are too empathetic to endure the constant pain of raising someone in a cruel world. Fear of childbirth is real and valid. Having a big heart doesn't obligate anyone to be a mother. She chooses to be a conscious adult, not a social martyr. And that, too, is love, including love for children she knows she couldn't raise well.
As a millennial woman of this generation, I can confirm that we just don't have kids. Do you see the world that we live in? Like, why would I want to introduce a kid here? It sounds like child abuse to me. This recent season of Love is Blind with Nick is a prime example of why we can't reproduce. The thought of raising a child and a man child doesn't seem appealing to me. The thing is, the eligible bachelors that are available, the quality is so low, the women are choosing to stay indoors. I think we've all evolved where we don't want a charity case. We don't want to fix you. Famous words of Martha Stewart, I don't care about your feelings. Some people are meant to be moms, some people are meant to live their best life. Honestly, if it was meant to be, it will be, and if I'm meant to be a mom, I will be a mom, and if I'm not meant to be, like, who cares? Let me live my best life. I'm not worried about it, you shouldn't be worried about it. So if you're a girl out here who's single and seeing all her friends getting married and having kids, like, it's okay. Because I'm telling you, there is a group of girlies just like myself. I'm 29 and I could care less. Having a family, having kids does not need to be the end all be all. Martha Stewart did say, if you want to be happy for a year, get a husband. If you want to be happy for a decade, get a dog. If you want to be happy for life, build a garden. More of the story is men ain't shit and you don't need to have a kid to be happy. Bye.
There's strength here, but also built up anger. And that says a lot about today's reality. She isn't rejecting motherhood out of frivolity, but because she doesn't see partnership, emotional safety, or men ready to share responsibility. Criticizing man-children isn't hating men. It's refusing to carry everything alone. The key point is this: motherhood shouldn't be an automatic destiny or a cure for loneliness. Living well, peacefully without kids is just as valid as building a family. The real problem isn't choosing not to have children. It's a society that forces women to justify deeply personal choices.
Anytime I consider whether or not I would want children in the future, the one thing that is always so off-putting to me is the fact that I can't live losing my self-identity. Like, I feel like so often women, specifically in the patriarchal system, are only viewed as mothers. Like, as soon as you become a mother, every other facet of your self-identity and expression is stripped away from you. And I am such a complex person. I have a very good self-image and perception of myself. I am multifaceted and I cannot be reduced to just being someone's mom. Like, that would actually send me over the fucking edge.
This speaks to a deep and rarely discussed issue: female identity. Her fear isn't the child, it's erasure. Many women become just a mom in the eyes of the world, losing their name, desires, and complexity. That's not paranoia, it's structural reality. Wanting to preserve who you are doesn't make you less capable of love, just more aware. Motherhood shouldn't require self-erasure. But while it does, it's fair for women to say no. She isn't rejecting children, she's demanding respect for her own existence, and that's a strong, healthy, necessary stance.
I'm a 30-year-old woman who does not have children. Gasp. I don't want children. I am so perfectly happy, I promise. The other day, I was at a photo shoot full of other women, mothers, unbeknownst to me. Love that for them. Really, no judgment. Do you. We need you, in fact. But there was like a mean girl situation going on that I had never experienced before. They were all gathered amongst themselves, talking about how selfish our generation of women are who've decided to not have children, and how we don't have purpose, and how we will never experience love. They were going in, and I'm just sitting over there drinking my cup of whiskey, minding my own business, crickets, super awkward, because I knew that eventually, hopefully, they would have a little bit of social awareness and look over and be like, oh, there's another lady friend, and ask me about my non-existent children. They did. They were like, oh, how old are your kids? First of all, bold assumption. I just said, no, yeah, no, I don't have any. Are you kidding me? They went in so hard, and I'm just sitting there like, yeah, no, I'm good. I really am good, you guys. I spent the last decade of my life traveling. I just spent 3 years living on a beach in Mexico. The things that I've done, I would not have been able to do had I had kids. Anyway, we wrap it up. I don't say anything. I don't really care, honestly. As I'm leaving, they said, call us if you ever decide to be a mom. What? I can't call you now? Like, why do they group up like that? Anyway, I got my car and I'm just thinking, like, can we do that? Is that something that we could do? Imagine. Okay, first of all, roles reversed. Imagine I walked in and I was like, y'all, I have had the best life. I mean, I've had my shit. We've all had our shit. But like, just gloating about my adventurous, child-free life and the money that I've been able to save and the adventures that I go on and how happy I am, and just said to them, like, you will never. You'll be at home. I don't believe these things, of course. I think anyone can have whatever life they want to, mother or not. But just imagine had I said that to them. You can't do that. There's rules. Society said no. But I wouldn't do it. But anyway, that's on one hand. Also, imagine if I was like desperately wanted children. Desperately. I'm on IVF. I'm not, but imagine. And I couldn't make it happen. And here they are with the audacity to tell me that I'm the worst. Like, just pouring salt in the wound. You know what I mean? Like, stop it. Do better. That's why I'm here. If you have kids and you meet a woman without kids, you love her and let her live. We don't all want to be you. Bitch, sorry. I'm just out here trying to survive on my own. You know what I mean? It is expensive. There was a pandemic. Did you know who the president is? You think I want to bring another living human person into the life that we've created? No. No.
What she experienced was pure social judgment disguised as morality. Women with kids can be happy, but that doesn't give them the right to diminish those who chose differently. Her critique hits the mark. Only one side is allowed to celebrate their choice without being attacked. The other has to explain itself. The empathy she asks for is basic. No one knows another person's story, desires, or pain. Being a mother doesn't make anyone superior, and not being one doesn't mean emptiness or selfishness. She doesn't hate motherhood. She hates the arrogance of thinking there's only one right way to live.
I'm 29 and I am like very positive, almost 100% positive that I do not want children. And here's why I know that. When I think about the childbearing and childbirth process, I have this very unsettling, nauseating, sick feeling inside of me that is so overwhelming that I think, how could that not be a sign? Like, there are no feelings of like, oh, that could be nice. That doesn't ever cross my mind. In fact, the only thing about bearing children, having children to me that seems nice is the fact that I would make other people happy, like my mom, like my boyfriend's mom. And maybe when the child is 23, 24, 25, I would enjoy their company. That, like, I like the idea of like when I'm older having a family because I love my family dynamic. I have 2 sisters and my parents are still together and I love hanging out with all of them together. It is so much fun. So I like that idea, but obviously you can't just like hop straight into that. There's a lot that comes first. Then, of course, after you're done giving birth, the child is now earthside present in your life. And I just, as of right now, and in the next 2-3 years, I cannot see myself being in a stable position to be caring for another human. I had a nightmare about having a dog the other day. As in, like, I had to miss out on a social event because I agreed to stay home and take care of the dog. And in the end of the dream, I ended up being like, actually, this isn't worth it. I'm going out. And I just left the dog at home. So if that's not a huge sign that I am neither ready for a pet, let alone a child. So yeah, you also need money, like finances, to care for a child, and right now that's not in my budget. I think in the next 3 years, if I had excessive budget, if I had some room in the budget, we would be going to Europe multiple times. That is top my priority. That is at the top. And I'm just not willing to move my timeline to like make room for a child. Like, I want to travel. That's what I want to do. I don't want to be caring for a child at home. And also something huge, like me saying, oh, I don't feel like I want to change XYZ for a child. Like, oh, spoiler alert, you actually don't. No one has to have a kid, which is like kind of crazy because I feel like we are raised to, everything we're taught is like, okay, eventually you're gonna have a kid one day and you're gonna have a family and you're gonna raise it and that's how life is gonna go for you. Like, it doesn't have to be like that. I feel like it takes a second to actually unlearn the fact that you don't need to be bearing children / raising a family. So I think the older I get, the more I actually realize, okay, like, that's not a default. That's not like thing that I must do, like get a job. I have to get a job, unfortunately, because I need to make money, but having a child is not something that I have to do. That's a fun realization. And once I realize that, I feel like the pressure is off. I go to bed peacefully at night. Things feel generally lighter. So all of this being said, like, the biggest indicator for me is the gut feelings I get when I think about getting pregnant, having a child, giving birth. Being pregnant it scares the shiz out of me. No, thank you. So those are my reasons.
This is pure bodily and emotional awareness. Her body reacts with repulsion to the idea of pregnancy, and that matters. Ignoring such clear signals would be self-violence. She understands that children require time, money, sacrifice, and stability, things she currently prefers to invest in experiences, travel, and personal growth. And that's okay. The most powerful part is the unlearning. Realizing motherhood isn't an obligation, it's a choice. That clarity removes guilt, anxiety, and social pressure. Sleeping peacefully because you respect your limits is a sign you made the right decision. Having kids or not doesn't define your worth. Honesty with yourself does.